Everybody, good evening. JP Alexander for the Rabid Unleashed, Thursday, March 11th, 2021. Today I'm going to be playing the first music video on the Rabid Unleashed. It was from May 31st, Saturday, May 31st, 1986, almost 35 years ago. It is by a band that has no name. We'll just call them Rabid Dogs. How about that? Playing at a hall in Comac, New York, which is on Long Island. I was the drummer of the band. My friend Tom Mastrani, who I'm still friends with to this day, I lived with him for a couple of years. He's singing. The guitarist is John Ziola. He was I worked with him at McDonald's. I met him in 1985, and I heard he played the guitar and I was banging on the drums, so I said, hey, we should get together and jam. And that's how he, I started playing with him. And I played with him in every band I was in from 85 till 93, actually. The bass player is Martin Grant, who lives down here in Florida. I saw him a couple of years, haven't seen him in years, and just a great bass player. And this video is great. We are, like I said, a hall in Comac, New York, in 1986, and it was just the youthful energy of people wanting into the video, out of the video. They were dancing. It wasn't much of a stage. We were in, one end of this hall. It's a long hall, so what you don't see is most of the people. They were on the other end of the hall at the bar. There was a fully stocked bar. There was kegs of beer. There was a DJ spinning records, and our band. It was just, we went to the hall for the night, and we just had a great time, but it was hot as hell in there. I remember there was one little air conditioning for the whole room. People were sweating. They were trying to go outside. There was a guy who worked there who was trying to get us back inside because he made too many noise. The neighbors would have called the cops. It was just total mayhem because we started playing. It was loud. We mic'd the drums. It was just, we were so freaking loud. And what you hear is not how it really sounded, because what you hear is the camcorder we filmed this on couldn't handle the mic. The little mic couldn't handle the sound that we were playing, so it's kind of distorted a lot of it, and it was near the bass amp, so you hear a lot of bass in this, and it's too much, but I think it gets a pretty good idea of how we sounded at the time, and this video I think is the best song we played the whole night, and it was just a great time. And if there's ever a video I want to show of this band, it's this one. And this just shows you how we were. We had practices, and at people's house, our houses, and our friends would come over and watch it. And it was just a great time to be in a band. Rock and roll definitely has changed nowadays. I don't even know what the hell they play anymore. Most of the bands you see in bars are not even playing. They're playing to pre-recorded tracks, and they're singing to the ellipsis syncing. I've seen bands nowadays, it just sounds too much like the album, and I know they're not playing, and I can just see the bassist isn't even plugged in. This sound, what you're getting here, is from this band. I'm not saying we sound that great, but what you hear is this band playing. And I was 20, and we were all around the same age, early 20s, and we were just playing. This is just us playing this song. So let me get it ready here to play on the television right here. Okay, let me go closer. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, the Rabid Dogs and Paranoid. Yep. And that was it. I know Tom Mastriani. I still know him to this day. I'm still good friends with him. He hasn't done anything in bands in a long time. Martin Grant played with us till '88. And he moved down here to Florida, and he's got rid of his bass guitars. I don't think he's ever played since. He might. I saw him how many years ago? Almost 5. And I don't know if he's ever played again. I haven't seen him since I've been living down here, so I got to get in touch with him. John Ziola played with me in bands till 1993. I saw him in 2006. We had got back together with one of our bands to jam, and he hadn't played since '93, and it kind of showed. He was really rusty, and his kids were growing up then. They were in their teens, I think. Kids are probably growing up now. I don't know if he's ever picked up the guitar again. He wouldn't be surprised if he didn't. Yeah, that's what happens. You play when you're younger and you don't have dreams of grandeur. And, it's just a hobby and it's fun and you might make a few bucks and, that's it. I mean, how many bands like us were around? A lot. And it's just good, fun times. And how many parties you went to with his bands? I think those days are dying. Now I don't even think you have people playing anymore. I mean, really, you have people lip syncing to, in the age of karaoke. This is before karaoke. And what you saw, what you heard was just us. There was nobody else. And I would never play to a recording track myself. I would think that was cheating. I've seen so many bands nowadays that I see on stage and I know they're not playing. I see the bass player and I know they're not playing. And they're just going along to a pre-recorded track, and it's pathetic if you can't. And if they saw a band like us now, they think, oh my God, that doesn't sound like the album. Of course not, and it's not going to sound like the album. We could sound close to the album, but it's not going to sound like the album. And that was on this stuff. The stuff they're doing now, it's all so overproduced in the studio. You can't ever get that sound live. So people just got to play the recording tracks, and they're just dancing around like clowns to pre-recorded track. It's sad, but what you saw there and this whole video is 3 parties of bands I was in, and it's just us playing. There was nobody else. Nobody else is playing in the background. There was no pre-recorded track or anything, and it's just us playing, and it is what it is. So there you go. The Rabid Dogs, Paranoid, from May of 1986. And this has been JP Alexander for the Rabid Dogs Unleashed. And until next time, ciao.